Babas her title, Survival in the Concrete Jungle. In the late 80s and 90s, and early 2000s growing up in the hood, a relentless battleground where the hustle was as essential as the air we breathed. As a young black man, there was an unspoken code. You had to sport a fresh pair of gym shoes and keep your threads on point. Style and swag were everything, a currency of their own. Back then, being a nerd wasn't something to flaunt. It was an invitation for ridicule. Fast forward to today, and the landscape has flipped, with everyone now embracing that nerdy aesthetic. Your haircut? It had to be fresh. The only exception to this was when someone rocked the braided hair or dreads. But in the streets, the drama unfolded beyond just fashion choices. Romance was complicated. The girls gravitated towards the boys who commanded respect and carried themselves with an air of authority. The reality was stark. There were always fights erupting somewhere nearby, shootouts that turned neighbors into statistics. The street was a treacherous game of life or death, where the hood didn't lend a hand but demanded tribute. It was a bitter atmosphere, filled with low vibrations, where jealousy lurked around every corner. Trust was scarce. You gravitated towards your crew, the ones you hoped had your back. Yet, sometimes that bond would fray, jealousy creeping in even among your closest friends. Growing up in the hood demanded a keen awareness, akin to developing spider senses. You had to learn to spot danger before it struck, just like Spider-Man. The hood was no place for the faint of heart. Survival meant being strong while the weak were quickly discarded. It was like a social experiment, taking a group of people with scarce resources and placing them in a confined space. The result? A hardened individual molded by instinct. I learned early on that trust was a rare commodity, and respecting others was a given once that trust was earned. But disrespect? That was met with swift retaliation. As I navigated through life, keeping my vigilance razor sharp, I began to realize that the traditional path, working a 9-to-5, was akin to slavery. Each paycheck felt like a fleeting chain that tied me down, forcing me to chase after the next one. Jobs demanded loyalty, but what loyalty did they show in return? I saw too much struggle in that hustle, and I knew I had to find a way out of poverty. My determination sparked a fire in me, leading me to uncover alternative routes to financial stability. I learned to navigate the intricacies of my environment. The streets had taught me resourcefulness, and I applied those lessons as I transitioned into new opportunities. I took my skills and forged a steady flow of income that didn't require me to sacrifice my spirit. I became a survivor, not just in the streets, but in the broader world outside those concrete blocks. Each challenge became a stepping stone. My upbringing taught me more than just survival. It instilled an unyielding resilience and an understanding that success isn't just about making it out, it's about making it thrive. The streets of my youth may have shaped me, but they didn't define my destiny. Instead, they propelled me toward a journey of transformation, with each chapter richer than the last. I emerged from the grind, not just as a product of my environment, but as a testament to the power of perseverance. And while the shadows of the hood remain part of my story, they no longer hold me captive. I found my way through the struggle, and with each step forward, I carved a new narrative, one filled with hope, strength, and unstoppable determination.